All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Holly, and I will be the English trainer for this hour. We are going to do a topic on falling crime. We will do a reading and decide why people are no longer doing much crime in certain areas of the world as they did in the past. So, hello, Minor and Moises. How are you guys today?
I'm
Hi,
doing fine,
teacher.
thank you.
So, did you guys have good Christmases? Moises,
Yes,
did you have a good Christmas?
yes,
Yeah?
I had a good Christmas. I stayed with family, ate a lot.
Uh-huh. Are you still kind of celebrating this weekend as well?
Just a normal weekend because we are
Okay.
tired, but we still have New Year's Eve next week.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of like this time of year just because the weeks are very short. So, but yesterday felt like a Monday for me though. Hi, Minor. Remind me what country you're from, Minor.
I'm from Guatemala,
Guatemala. Okay. You tell me that every time and I always forget. So, did you have a good Christmas?
but I just enjoy with my family
Uh-huh.
and eat chicken and turkey.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's a normal day for me.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah, it wasn't. It's funny how Christmas changes when you're no longer a child. So, yeah. I think
Yeah.
for me it was also a normal day. I spent a lot of time doing things that I normally do. There was just a few hours that I got to watch my nieces and nephews just get all excited about unwrapping gifts and playing with their toys and things like that, which they're still doing 2 days later. So, Paolo, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Thanks.
Excellent. So,
What
so
about you?
very good, thank you. Very good. Did you have a good Christmas?
Yes, yes. I spent my holidays with my parents and with
Uh-huh.
my sons and my wife.
Mhm.
I live in Italy, so in Italy we like enjoying a lot that holiday because
Mhm.
we like Christmas and going to the church and
Mhm.
staying together all night. So it
Mhm.
was a great time for me.
Okay. Now, your name, Paolo, is that an Italian name as well?
Paolo, yes, Paolo
It
is,
is. It's Italian name. Okay, I thought it was a
yeah.
Spanish name. So, is it
Pablo,
also
Pablo,
Pablo? Okay. Yeah.
Pablo
Okay.
is Spanish. Paolo is
Is
my
is
real
Italian.
name. Yes.
Okay. Pablo is Spanish. Okay, I get it now. Yeah. Awesome. All right. So today's topic has nothing to do with the holidays. Uh, I decided that we would actually read through a topic that's kind of interesting. It's called a falling crime, and it investigates why certain areas of the world does not have as much crime as it did in past years. So that's what we will be doing. Hello, John. Welcome again.
Hello.
So, hello. So we have John from Turkey. We have Moises from Spain, right? Or is it Italy? I think it's Spain, correct?
For the Spain, yes,
Spain. Okay.
Spain.
All of a sudden I thought, no, it's Italy. Okay, and then Minor is from Guatemala, and Paolo is from Italy. So, so welcome everyone. And it's 10 p.m. where you guys are, correct? And in Turkey, is it 10 or 11 now?
It is 11 now.
Okay. And what time is it in Guatemala?
It's 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Okay. So you're just an hour off of where I am. It's 2 p.m. where I'm at. So excellent. All right. Hello, Wellington. How are you today?
Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Doing very, very well. So Wellington, where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Brazil. Awesome. Okay, in Brazil, it is what? Is it 6 o'clock now or 5 o'clock?
Now is sorry, 19 because we are in the summer and save lights.
Mm-hmm. So is it 6 p.m.? What time is it?
No, 19. No, sorry, 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Okay. Okay. So 7 p.m. And it's very hot there, correct? So,
Yes,
yeah.
now it's summer,
Uh-huh.
so is the weather is there are
Yeah, so it's very hot. Okay, excellent. And Alexei, welcome. And he's from we've got Alexei from the Ukraine. Alexei, is it 11 p.m. in the Ukraine right now?
Yes,
Okay,
now it's 11.
excellent. And Giuseppe, you are from Belgium, correct?
Yes, from Belgium.
Belgium.
Hello, Ray.
Hello. And it's 10 p.m. in Belgium, correct?
Yes, 10 p.m. Yes.
All right, excellent. All right, okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The topic is on falling crime. What we're going to do is work with vocabulary and also do a reading exercise. So first of all, what did you do in your free time when you were a teenager? So let's talk about think back when you guys were a teenager. For some of you, it wasn't long ago. For many of us, it was a long time ago. So Alexei, how about you? What did you do in your free time when you were a teenager?
Mm, When I was a teenager, I interested in some kind of sports.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Okay, so you did sports. Okay, so you would say when I was a teenager, I was interested. I was
I
interested.
was interested.
Okay, and John, how about you? What did you do in your free time when you were a teenager?
I'm with my friends.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you spent time with friends.
Yes, spend time with my friends and reading books uh, to know much more things.
Huh? Okay, so you were an avid, you were a reader. Excellent. Okay, Giuseppe, what did you do during your free time as a teenager?
Played with my friend, watched TV,
Okay.
read books also, yes, and
Okay.
studied for the school.
Okay. Studied for exams and things like that. Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. And Moises, what did you do when you were a young person?
What age do you range? Normally from what? From 13 or from 14? What?
A teenager is usually from 13 to 18 or 19. So throughout your secondary school years.
Okay. When I was 14, I already started working in a bar because my parents owned a bar for that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked some hours.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I did sports, but also I start going out with friends to discos when I was 15. When I was 15, I started going out to discos, parties, and start drinking a little bit.
Uh-huh. Okay. Discos and partying with friends.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And
we were able to drink for that time. Now it's more difficult because the law forbid to sell alcohol to under 18. But
Uh-huh.
when I was a teenager, it was able for us to buy alcohol.
Uh-huh. It was easy. It was easier to
It was
obtain.
easy. Yes, it was easy.
Easy to
But,
get.
but
Yeah.
nowadays is now what teenagers do here in Spain. They drink in the streets. Somebody gets the alcohol for them, and they get together in a park or in some places, and um, they may drink with 15, 16 years old, more or less,
Mm-hmm.
and they get drunk. That's no good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially now that my daughters, they are 10 years old. I am afraid that in 4 years they may do the same.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you can keep
I,
them from doing that somehow. So.
I will try to keep them out.
Uh-huh. No, since you went to discos, were you a teenager in the 70s or the 80s?
I was a teenager in the 80s.
80s. Okay. All right. And Minor, how about you? What did you do during your free time when you were a teenager?
Actually, I always was a bookworm.
Ah.
I always like to read. I usually also read comics and I like to see some cartoons.
Okay, read comic books and watch cartoons.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, excellent. And Paolo, how about you? What did you do in your free time when you were a teenager?
When I was a teenager, I used to play football with my friends in my village, and I would play with video games as other friends, and nothing special, just the same things. And I used to go to the disco, and in the weekend I usually would I would drink a lot of alcohol. So yes, I got drunk a lot of time when in the weekend.
Yeah.
I remember that particular.
So were you a teenager of the 90s?
No, teenager. For me, 60s, 16, when I was 16.
No, what I'm saying is when you were a teenager, was it in the 90s?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
In the middle, yes.
Yeah, because I could tell by you talking about video games.
Yeah.
I was a teenager of the 80s, and we did. I mean, there were some video games, but it wasn't at home. You had to go to an arcade. So.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
I love Double Dragon and.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that kind of game.
I don't remember Double Dragon. For me, it was Galaga. Do you remember Galaga?
Yeah.
Galaga and Pac-Man were mine.
Oh, Street Fighter is a famous one. Street Fighter. Yeah.
Yes, I didn't do Street Fighter. These are the two that I got very good at, and then of course we had Frogger as well, which I wasn't as good at, but that's what I was doing. But I loved video games, so.
I think we had different liking because you
definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. Teenager of the 90s and a teenager of the 80s, completely different. So.
I meant the gender.
Oh yes, different. Yes, yeah. I would say that would be the case. I do remember though when I was in college and I put a quarter in to play Galaga, and these guys came up behind me and said, "Oh, she's a girl. She'll be done really quick." and it was the best game of my life. I still remember 30 years, 20 some years later. So, all right, Wellington, how about you? What did you do in your free time when you were a teenager?
Like others, sometimes I play ball, soccer, or volleyball. I play video games. I play video games. I read a lot. Sometimes we fight each other.
Ah.
Yeah, because we were fan of martial arts.
Okay.
And sometimes we saw films from Bruce Lee and others, and sometimes we like men we we fight with each other, but it's for fun. I personally read much comic books. Personally, I read much comic books, and I think we ran at the streets all day.
Okay, so yeah, you were unlike the kids today who seem to always be at home. We were always gone. So yeah, I remember my mom when I was about 13. We were living in Oklahoma, and they would drop us off at the shopping center, at the shopping mall, and my sister and I, we were very interested in video games, and so we would go to the different department stores, and we would play the sample of video games like Atari and those things until we got kicked out, and then we go to the next store. So we'd move around. So, all right, welcome. We have another Paulo again. Hello. We got two Paulos. Can you speak? Hello, where are you from? Yes, we can hear you.
I'm from São Paulo, Brazil.
Awesome, Brazil. Excellent. So tell me, Paulo, what did you do in your free time when you were a teenager?
I used to fly kites.
Fly kites?
Yes.
Okay.
And play soccer. Yeah.
Okay, fly kites and play soccer. Awesome. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to read a text about falling crime, and before that, let's look at some vocabulary words. We've got the words baffled, a statistic, a policy, minor, keep in touch, and a trend. So let's see if we can match these. The definitions are information shown by a number, a plan decided by the government, etc., a gradual change, contact, feeling confused, or small. So, Moises, can you choose one of these words and match it?
Yes. Keep in touch. Contact.
Contact, yes. Let's keep in touch would be contact. Perfect. Okay, and let's keep that further back. Okay, and minor, could you do the next one?
Okay, minor means small.
A minor means small, yeah. You use a similar word of your pronunciation. So awesome. Okay, and Paolo from Italy.
Yes, a policy, a plan decided by the government, etc.
Exactly, is a policy or any type of government, actually. Okay, and Giuseppe.
Buffed, Feeling confused?
Yes, so if you're baffled, you are feeling confused. Okay, and then Paulo from Brazil.
Trend?
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure, but I think it's plan decided by the government.
No, that's a policy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, gradual change.
Okay. Yeah, trend it would be a gradual change, yes. Okay. And then the final one, John, can you choose that one?
I think a statistic, information shown by a number.
Yeah, and the pronunciation of this is a statistic. So this A right here is not a or ah, it's a. So a statistic. It's a statistic. So the stress is actually in this part of the word here. So we have somebody new who's shown up. Hi, Claudio. How are you today? So have you got your? Are you able to speak yet? Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and read. Any questions about any of these words? I want to. Yes.
A trend or trend?
Oh, my mistake. My bad. Typo.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. See if I can get it fixed. Trend. Yeah. Oh no, I can't.
Okay.
This being a PDF, it's kind of a different. Oh, good. I was able to. If you have to be really quickie with that. So a trend. So Alexi, could you tell us about a policy in the Ukraine that is interesting?
What about what?
Any kind of policy. Does the Ukraine have any policies that are different than any other country?
No, we have similar policy like in other countries.
Okay. For example, when I lived in Finland, I learned that if a student under the age of 16 wanted to get married, they had to get a policy in Finland is they have to get permission from the president of Finland to get married under 16. So to me that is an interesting policy. So okay. All right. Wellington, could you tell me who is there anyone that you would like to keep in touch with that you aren't able to?
Trend and statistics.
Friends and who?
And statistics. So sorry. You changed the microphone. So, 1 minute, please.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's just go on to the reading. These are harder to make questions. Okay, we're gonna mute him while he does that. Okay, all right. So we're going to add some words to this article. The words are read the text to which 3 words are missing, and the words are found apparently in this part right here. So, okay, Alexi, can you read the first paragraph?
Okay. Recently, there have been stories in the blank that crime rates are falling in many countries. This is, of course, good news. However, many experts are baffled by this statistic. Usually when the economy is poor, crime rates increase. However, the opposite is happening.
Okay. Usually when the economy is poor. So instead of economy, it's economy.
Economy.
Yeah, economy. Okay, excellent. Thank you. John, could you read the next paragraph?
Okay. There are a number of possible reasons for the falling crime. Politicians say that it's because of their policies. Some police forces are now stricter than before about antisocial behavior.
So antisocial, or another pronunciation of this word is antisocial. Antisocial is British, antisocial is American. So both of those pronunciations are correct. Okay? And Giuseppe, can you read until this word nowadays?
The paragraph.
Start from here, from there till here.
There is a particularly large fall in minor crime, including vandalism and graffiti. This kind of crime is often committed by teenagers. Sociologists have looked for changes in teenager lifestyles. 20 years ago, the main evening and weekend entertainment was television.
Okay, so vandalism and graffiti. So graffiti.
Vandalism and graffiti.
And then also minor crime.
Minor crime.
Okay, and Moises, could you read the rest of the paragraph, starting with nowadays?
Nowadays, teenagers, should I guess?
Yeah, you can guess, but I can also write it down because they.
Teenagers, trend.
Actually, it's kind of weird because they put these words there, but they didn't have it in. These are not words we've looked at. So nowadays, teenagers.
Okay. Nowadays, teenagers watch much less television than before. Instead, they spend a lot of time online, keeping in touch with friends through services such as Facebook. In the US, an average teenager is online for 10 hours per week. They are also 16 hours per week. They are also spending many hours playing video games, often chatting online to other players.
Excellent, thank you. And Minor, can you read the next paragraph? Minor?
Okay, sorry. Experts think that teenagers today are less bored, and so they are committing fewer crimes.
Fewer crimes. Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, they are writing on friends' Facebook walls instead of writing on real walls. Many people complain that teenagers spend too much time surfing the internet or sending text messages. However, perhaps this trend is not all bad.
Okay, excellent. Now, are there any words or phrases in here that you guys do not know? Any words or phrases? Okay, so basically they say crime has gone down because of Facebook and online social networking that kids are doing in the evening instead of going out and causing problems. So let's see if we can answer these questions. So Paolo, what has happened to crime rates recently?
Me?
Yeah.
Paolo from Italy. Okay.
Yeah. And the other Paolo's gone.
Yes, but related to the text or related to my opinion, to my country?
Related to the text, and then we'll talk about the country.
Well. The minor crimes have dropped recently because for some experts, teenagers are spending more time in other stuff, less boring. For example, surfing the internet or just texting messages with their mobiles or whatever. And instead, in the past, they used to go down to the streets and doing bad stuff like vandalism and graffiti.
And you basically answered all of these questions. So.
Oh, sorry.
Very, very good, Paolo. You get an A.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, very, very good. So what has happened to the crime rates have gone down? Why is this surprising? Because it is.
I haven't read the next one, so sorry.
Yeah, no worries. But the main thing is that teenagers are committing fewer crimes than 20 years ago because they are not bored. Where when we were all kids, teenagers, we got bored very quickly, or some of us did. So, but I have some 5-year-olds in my house that are, they get bored a lot, and they are up to no good sometimes, so bothering their sister and things like that. So, okay, let's match the two halves of the expressions. We have spend, surf, crime, antisocial or anti-social, and commit. And then we have a lot of time, rates, a crime, the internet, and behavior. So Wellington, can you choose one of these words and match it with this side? Wellington.
Surf the internet.
Perfect. Surf the internet. Okay, and Alexei, can you choose one?
Antisocial behavior.
Antisocial behavior, okay. Or anti-social behavior. Either anti is totally fine.
Anti.
Anti or anti?
Yeah, anti is American pronunciation of this
exactly.
word, yes?
Yes, and anti is British.
Teacher, sorry.
Yes.
Can I ask you, I think, a behavior, can we read in another way with the U, behavior?
Yeah, behavior behavior is spelled, also spelled with way as well. But what happens is I have that red mark because I'm American, so I can't spell British English. So that's what happens. But this is also a a British way of spelling behavior. So, all right, good question. John, can you choose one?
Spend a lot of time.
Spend a lot of time, okay. Okay, and Giuseppe.
Yes. Commit a crime.
Commit a crime, yes. And then Moises.
Crime rates.
Crime rates, okay. Now, a question for you. Minor, have the crime rates gone down in Guatemala, or do you know?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Have crime rates gone down in Guatemala?
No, I don't think so. Generally, the crime increase each day.
Okay, so okay. How about in Brazil, Paulo? Have crime rates gone down in Brazil? Paulo?
Paulo is not here.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Italy. Paulo in Italy.
Okay, sorry. No, in Italy, no. Unfortunately, because our politicians are writing some kind of rules, more, how can I say, more less hard for the criminals. And what more, we have a lot of immigration from other country close to Italy, so he isn't dropping at all, but is increasing a lot. And specifically the minor crimes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Claudio, welcome. Can you speak now? Okay, apparently not. All right. Wellington and John, how about in Brazil?
It's a good question. Yesterday, I read an article that the crimes increase a bit, increase in the last year here in São Paulo. So, but I don't know if they are minor crimes or violent crimes like murder, etc. I don't know exactly.
Okay. So you don't know which type of crime it is, whether it's the teenage pranks that this article is about, or if it's major crimes. John, do you agree with Wellington about Brazil?
Yes, from country, I think maybe the education for everybody and higher the education level, and also maybe the justice system will help. I think the crime rate down.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you have there's some type of noise on your computer. I think it's your fan that's making it difficult to hear. But what I understood is you basically said when the education level of a society gets higher, then of course the crime rates are going to go down. Okay, excellent. Alexei, how about in the Ukraine? Have the crime rates gone down in the Ukraine?
No, crime in Ukraine in high level, I think. And it depends on this political power country, I think. So,
okay. So it depends on the political system and who's in power. Okay. All right. And Giuseppe, how about in Belgium? Have crime rates gone down?
Down, I don't think so. I think the crime is increasing in this moment because we have a flow of people becoming from the other country undocumented people, and in this moment is increasing the crime.
Okay, so because you have a lot of undocumented immigrants, or what we say in English, and we have a problem in my area actually. We have a lot of illegal aliens, and that's another word for just an undocumented foreigner.
Okay.
So it's an alternative for you to use. Okay, and Moises, how about in Spain? Have the crime rates gone down, or do you know?
I think the crime has been rising in the previous year, probably because of the economic crisis.
Yeah, because you guys are feeling it probably the worst of a lot of the EU countries, I think, aren't you?
Yes, we had the worst, one of the worst, but now it seems like things are getting better.
Okay. I hope so. I hope so. Claudio, can you speak yet?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Are you hearing me
awesome.
now? Oh, sorry.
Welcome. And remind me.
I was getting some technical problems here. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Reminded me, you are from Brazil, correct?
Yes, I'm from Brazil.
I remembered. But you have changed your picture since I last saw you.
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure maybe, but I remember I always use this picture.
Okay. Maybe I'm thinking of a different Claudio. Okay. So, so what do you say about crime rates in Brazil? Have crime rates fallen, or have they remained the same, or are they rising in Brazil?
No, I think the newspapers was saying that the crime rates have decreased a lot, but I'm not sure about. I can remember the 1990s. The crimes were a great problem here, and one of the biggest problems here. And nowadays we have talked a lot about that, but not as those days.
Okay.
So they have decreased maybe.
Okay. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and read through this. It says to cover exercise 5, but I'm not going to do that. Fill in the spaces using the expressions you have studied. So number 1, let's go with Paolo. Can you do that one?
Crime rates were higher 10 years ago.
Okay, perfect. Crime rates were higher 10 years ago. Okay, and then John, could you do number 2?
Okay. There is a lot of antisocial behaviors done on Saturday night. People are always shouting and singing in the street.
Okay, excellent. Number 3, Alexi.
Okay. Jack is always spend a lot of time in his bedroom. He never comes downstairs.
Okay, there's another one. So we don't, because this isn't a T. Do you think you can?
Surfing.
Yeah, surfing the internet. Okay. So he never comes downstairs. I had a foreign exchange student in my house from Korea like that. He spent all his time on the internet. He didn't make it. He lasted 3-4 months in the U.S. and the school sent him home. So, all right. Wellington, can you do number 4?
Yes. Andy spent a lot of time checking his Facebook status.
Yes, checking his Facebook status and looking for likes, right? So, number 5, Giuseppe, could you do that one?
If you commit a crime, you might go to prison.
You might go to prison, okay. Unless the prisons are overcrowded, and then they will figure something else out. So, okay, let's go. We've got a discussion right here, these discussion questions. Okay, we've already actually done this one right now. So let's talk about this one. Wellington, is there much vandalism or graffiti in your city instead of your country? Because we've got 3 people from Brazil. So.
Yes, there are lots of graffiti. Vandalism, I think, in general, not, but graffiti there is a lot. There are a lot.
Okay, and Paolo, how about in Italy? Is there a lot of graffiti, vandalism or graffiti in Italy?
There is, but it's not a bigger problems here in Italy, but there is, yes.
Okay. How about in Guatemala, Minor?
Actually, in Guatemala there are most vandalisms. Some people have to pay money to that persons because they don't want to work, and if you don't pay that, they will kill you.
Okay, so that's actually gangs. So there's a lot. Isn't that more gang-related violence? So where if they don't pay the money, then the gangs will come and kill you. I've heard about that in big cities. Okay, and how about in Spain, Moises? Is there a lot of vandalism or graffiti in your city or country?
I think that is less than 20 or 30 years ago. It's something that we have improved, probably because of what you said, that teenagers are busier with video games or with internet, with smartphones. So they don't have too much time to stay in the street. So we have less of that. Probably we have more another crimes like breaking into the houses because of the necessity of some people. They break into houses to get money.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Giuseppe, how about in Belgium? Is there much vandalism or graffiti in Belgium?
I think both are present in Belgium, but graffiti is more noticeable in the big city, and vandalism in the countryside.
Yeah.
But both are present.
That is exactly what how I answer about the U.S. In the big city, in the big cities, you see a lot of graffiti, but in the small towns, or like my town is 800 people, so we don't see graffiti, but we do have vandalism.
Yes.
Like kids are bored. So, Claudio, how about in your city in Brazil? Is there vandalism or graffiti?
Yes, we have a lot of them, but here it's a kind of art as well. Of course, the most of times that kind of actions are just vandalism or just to destroy the public builds. But here it's common to this action figured out with come up with some artists as well. We have siblings here, very famous around the world, and they are twins, and they have painted a lot of walls around the world, and they are artists. But 15 years ago, the police was taking their paintings off the walls, and they are being taken by the police.
Yeah. Yeah, because now, you're right, because now graffiti, if it's good graffiti, it's considered a form of art. So, and that's is one way maybe it's changed in society. So, and John, how about in your part of Brazil? Is there much vandalism or graffiti in your city in Brazil?
Hi, Holly. I'm from Turkey, and in my country, yes, there is vandalism. Sometimes some parts of society, let's say, employers and workers, while they're claiming their rights, or during the football games, match, some vandalisms are making, but graffiti is, I think, as far as I know, it's forbidden. It's prohibited. So in the streets or the other cities, there are no graffitis on the walls.
Okay, thank you. Alexi, how about you? Is there much vandalism or graffiti in your country, in the Ukraine?
Yes, unfortunately, in my city, I sometimes can see the act of vandalism. If, for example, our municipal services install a new glass bus stop, the teenagers always broke the glass in this bus stop, and I think it's very, very bad.
Wow, they break the glass in the bus stop?
Yes.
Oh wow.
But graffiti is not common in my city, because I think the paint with the can with paint with color or not. With paint is very, very expensive, and they don't buy this paint, and they don't do graffiti at all.
Okay. All right. So let's go to some other questions. We don't have time to go through each one of them the way we have been doing, so I'm just going to choose a question and ask each person. So let's start with Wellington. What other kinds of minor crime are common in your city?
Minor crimes. I think the wallet is stole. The stole of wallet.
Okay, so yeah, that's actually called a minor crime would be being a pickpocketing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you pickpocket, you steal wallets out of people's pockets or their purses.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom actually was pickpocketed when she was in New Orleans, and she's an old lady, and she's at the time she was about 70. Now she's 75, but she apparently turned to the man who had just stolen the money out of her pocket, looked at the man and said, "I want my money back. This is all I have. Give it back." And he gave it back to her.
So,
I don't think, I would not recommend that unless you're old and brave. Yeah. But it was you know, she talks, when I've heard her tell the story, I'm like, she can't believe that she did it. So, but it was a $20 bill, and she was on a limited income, doing a trip with some ladies, and she just didn't have any extra money to spare, and so he took her last money, and she was like, she said, I just couldn't handle it. So anyway, Alexi, do you think that teenagers are less bored than 20 years ago?
No, I think now teenagers have many things they can to do, and they not less poverty than 20 years ago.
Okay.
They
All right.
have a different choice.
Okay. Paolo, what do you think? Why do you think people commit minor crime? What do you think, Paolo?
Paolo from Italy, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a difficult question. Why? Because it depends. Because there are a lot of kind of minor crimes. So there are some kind related to money, and other one that depend on other issue. So I can't. I don't manage to answer in a specific way to that question. But what I can say to you is that sometimes the minor crimes are that kind of crimes that battering more the people, common people, average people, and so I think that the policy should tackle that kind of crimes more in a more stricter way. Yes.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you. All right. And John, have you seen any antisocial behavior recently?
Yes. Recently, I saw antisocial behaviors like high quarreling with each other in the bus. So I think at the end of the day, after the job, to go home, maybe because of the high traffic jam, some quarreling during between the men is antisocial behaviors.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, and I want to thank you all for your participation in class today. I hope you learned some new words and phrases and had a chance to practice. And for those of you who are in Europe, sleep well. For those of you who are in South America, have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.